Yes. All right, here we go. Reverse setup. Would you like to start us off with Shaft?
Sure. On the side of Shaft, we've got Montana, Kremlin, Double Des Moines, Moskva, Petropavlov, Gearing, Gumo, Ragnar.
Yeah, and aside for PTA, remember guys, this is a best of 5 match. This is for the ultimate King of the Sea International. Which team will win? Will it be an EU team or will it be an EU team? So Penta, also known as Ban CV, is bringing Ohio, Double Des Moines, Moskva, Petropavlovsk, Gearing, Double Marceau, and Haragumo. I love the Double Marceau pick for Penta on this map. Midcraft says he cheers for EU this match. Well, you know what? I guess I'll have to as well.
I can distinctly say they're about to win King of the Seas.
Once again,
Sorry.
Penta, which is Ban CV or TWA, choosing to bring only one battleship on this map and instead choosing for an additional slot for a cruiser.
And we're seeing the Marceaus go in separate directions. No one looks like they're going to make an immediate play towards B. The Ragnar may veer on the side of Shaft, but even splits.
That's right. Penta going off with both Marceaus. So this is interesting, right? Because it gives them a chance to get into caps first. I'll bet you they looked at the enemy lineup and said, hey, they don't have a fast destroyer. Let's get those caps.
Yeah, well, and again, a lot of pressure on Angelstone with the single Ohio.
Look at this. Whichever Penta Marceau is going to Alpha, they currently have defensive fire active. Just because.
Why the heck? Why the heck not?
Now, once upon a time in the game, if you had defensive fire active, your anti-air gunners all fired their guns no matter what, even if they couldn't shoot an enemy plane down. They've since, unfortunately, changed that. But I love that because then you're like literally shooting into the sky with all of your anti-air guys like, ah! You know, like, that's fun.
I'm getting everyone in the national stream did picks, all except Bogsy took Penta in game 1. And from a comp perspective, I would have agreed with you if the Marceaus went together. And Montana taking early damage.
Yep.
There's that singular Ohio. If they can get rid of that singular Ohio, and they don't really have the DD in place to do it at the moment.
Look at this Ragnar from Shaft.
I'm watching it.
What are we looking at?
That's a green circle. I want to see the torps, please.
Thank you so much. I agree with you. I want to see more than just a circle. As Zil is going to take a torpedo here, there's no way to dodge it. Ouch, feels bad. Feels really, really, really bad. He's detected, so Penta knows he took a torpedo. Oof.
And all of that was to get that Marceau off of CCAP. Montana is going to be butt in.
Shells coming on the Moskva. Not so much.
I'm at least glad that we're not seeing a Russian cruiser on the 5 line. I think that's a wasted cruiser to just radar off B. You either go for it or you don't. Ragnar is going to be able to heal most of that. He's up to 20k. And early damage on the Marceau, who did he take a torp? Because he's at 14. That smells
Marceau? Helicopter?
That smells of torpedo.
He could have taken a gearing torpedo, like the first salvo.
And take a look at PTA's Ohio. They've swung fairly far to the east. And so that crossfire shot that you're keeping the Ohio for is going to be gone, but they're going to both be putting their Petros into the islands on the 6 line. Moskva's mirroring each other. Des Moines mirroring each other. Only big difference that we're seeing between Shaft and Penta right now is the Kremlin on the 1-2 line, which if he can get into a position to shoot at this Moskva, can unlock him. Marceau, meanwhile, trying to cap A. Radar is going to be popped and not getting him just yet. Gumo smokes up. Moskva shooting at Des Moines. Nothing. Bupkis.
Could have been a lot worse. Still, it does force I think it forces.
And there you go. Marceau spotted.
An earlier smoke than Flow 420 wanted.
They got to hit this Marceau.
And Flow 420
it pushed him out.
Yeah. Harugumo opening up now. Willing to take those hits. Look at that. CEO just gets
Big,
whacked.
big hits. And this is why spread out Marceau is not fun. Marceau torps out on the Gumo in the smoke. He's going to be able to dodge these unless he does something silly. And another decent hit on the Moskva. So both Marceaus down early doors.
Flow 20's in trouble though. I'm not sure why. Oh, okay. Moskva radared. That's why.
And he's going to have to hug that island for his dearest of life. Meanwhile, the Ohio of Penta has
he's going down right here.
Wow.
Big kill for
hits. Penta. Yes. And now that smoke is gone, and you've got a Des Moines and a Kremlin all by their lonesomes with 2 DDs in tow. The Marceau is going to swivel over.
They're just kind of sitting there being like, what do we do now?
They still have a health advantage. Ragnar is capping B, gearing and gearing, doing gearing and gearing things with the second Marceau still at C. And here's the radar from the Petro on B. Nothing can shoot at him. Does it scare him out?
It does.
Ohio takes shots.
Angel Stone coming up with some salvos. 2 hits. Decent damage.
Yeah, and the question is the Moskva of Penta... No, he's far enough away that radar, it's close, but he shouldn't be able to pop that radar. And it looks like Shaft is going to stick to, at least for the time being, putting this Kremlin here.
Yep.
Which could be get lit on fire hell.
Yes, but I mean, it's going to take forever for Vert to go down. So there's that. But that being said... I feel like we need to see more. We need to see more coming out of that flank for the Kremlin to really do much. He'll sit there, and he can move farther forward and get on the cap at least, but it's still not going to matter too much.
Yeah, the Ragnar at B needs to either go help at C and secure it, or provide spotting and radar at A. B's fine. But the Kremlin cannot last forever here. And if he stays where he's at right now, he's going to be able to be free fired by the Marceau over the island continually.
Yep.
If he backs up, then he's got 2 more HE slingers at him. That means it's Russian needs to make some type of... You can't just let this guy die.
Right. But they're doing it. And
look at the Ohio. Ohio swiveled all the way over to A.
Yeah.
So take a look at the Montana of Shaft. He is pushing down into gearing Marceau Des Moines. That's the play and the move. Petros have Petros. Ragnar is shifting over to help at A. If he gets into the dome, then maybe they can start lighting this Ohio on fire, who has maintained great health. No matter where Vert goes, he gets...
He's dead. He's gone. He's out. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Pulling the Ohio over to A, though, does allow for Shaft to pick up the C cap. It could allow Shaft to get through the C cap down the eastern flank. I don't think it's going to happen.
Radar's out the Ragnar. But now it's just Moskva, Des Moines, maybe Ragnar against Des Moines, Gumo, Moskva, low Marceau, Ohio. And now it's time to light the Moskva on fire. That whole, while you sat there watching your teammate die thing, you're now going to get to experience it.
Right.
And look at the other Marceau. He's behind the island using the spotting of the gearing, and he's just lighting him on fire. This is what a Delny could have done well. Never even looked at this island as a potential place to do this, but we are seeing it from PTA. And the gearing is trying to cap with...
Got reset.
No way. The Marceau torps do not have this range.
No.
Are these gearing torps? No, they're Marceau torps.
No, they're Marceau torps. You're right. They didn't make it, but it might have scared the gearing a little bit.
And here you go. Good shots on the Des Moines from the Moskva. He's down to 37K, but now they push this island and they secure A.
37.
And the Ragnar...
Yeah, I don't know. For Des Moines, that doesn't feel that bad. Look at all the shots coming from the Harugumo. I feel bad for the Harugumo player's mouse. Because look at this. He's salvo firing. He's not Ripple. So he's literally double clicking his mouse like mad right now.
Shots over the island from the Marceau, who does get spotted out here. Des Moines in full retreat. Moskva is paying the piper for staying in that position for way too long. They've lost A.
They have absolutely lost A. But the question is,
they've
can they convert the enemy Des Moines? I don't know. It's a maybe.
Well, I'm looking at the Montana, and if his guns are facing A, then when this Moskva comes in, maybe good shot. The Des Moines is going to be behind the island. He's not going to be able to shoot at him. But the Moskva's still stuck about in here. He's just now dark.
So the Montana is looking at Blood Legends Petropavlovsk. So, yeah. I don't know. Not looking good for Shaft in the game one, I'll tell you.
Well, and Gearing smokes up the Des Moines, and if this Montana continues forward at this angle, he's going to be giving away huge chunks of damage.
Yep.
To Blood Legend.
Yep. Otherwise, he's
cross shots coming over the map at the Petro from the Des Moines. Moskva still spotted out
Big
by
hit on Russian from Angel Stones, Ohio.
Yeah, this Ohio is just keeping HP despite being the only battleship and putting out good, valuable shots. I'm loving this.
That's what you do is you stay centered and you let the rest of your team just go and
ram,
cut down everything. Right? Here's going to be a ram. This will be a trade. It is a trade. It's a bad trade for Shaft, a good one for Penta at this point. Penta with 2 caps, Shaft with 2 caps, Penta with 0, although they're about to finally cap A after all this.
But look at the points and look at the HP. Despite only bringing 1 battleship, they're up on HP.
Yeah.
They're way up on ships. They're down. Both battleships have died before this Ohio.
Yes.
Instead of the pop a heel.
So, and I don't know that there's a way back in for Team Shaft, huh? Russians being farmed down.
Yeah, I'm watching the Ragnar. He seems to just be unsure of where he needs to help because they need help in a lot of places.
If I'm the Ragnar, I'm going straight to, I don't know, B cap, I suppose?
Or behind this island to farm Moskva. Blind, but Des Moines Guma's there.
Moskva pops the radar. The text formation Des Moines. He's going to hit the brakes and stop. We saw a destroyer that's quite low. It looks like one of Penta's Marceaus.
And Ohio shoots at this Des Moines. Ooh.
This could be disastrous. It's not.
Moskva trying to heal through the pain.
Yeah, he's at 4K. He's trying to heal. That's going to be a tough one for him. Even if he succeeds in healing, who's really there to stop this Des Moines Hargumo push? Nobody. Except the Ragnar? That feels bad on its own. There he goes.
Yeah, I mean, the Ragnar's around everything that's dying, but unable to provide the level of help needed. Ohio finally does take some decent damage, but it's 7 minutes left.
Everybody else dies, and I'm like, what the hell, guys?
And now you're about to see the Des Moines get stuck here. Marceau, who was low, is still blind firing at him.
Yeah. Well,
and now we're about to see Gumo Des Moines come around and hit him from the other end.
This is
Gearing.
The only hope that they have is for Zill's Ragnar to catch the Hargumo on radar, while that Des Moines doesn't have radar available, which you're asking for a lot to happen. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work.
And Moskva's got beautiful shots on this Petro. Petro's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And both Marceaus, despite being very low and despite splitting up, have managed to stay alive and get good shots without putting any risk to their ship.
This is the first time we've seen Marceau split up and actually work. Today and yesterday.
Yeah. And it all boiled down to that Gumo dying, just getting vaporized at A and exploded. Committing the Kremlin in, and there was no answer.
Nope. So, game 1 will most likely go to Penta. Remember, it's a best of 5, which means there's at least 2 more games available to us.
Now, this was Penta's pick as well. So, Shaft will have the opportunity on their pick next. If it goes teams winning their picks, this is a dead Des Moines.
Yep.
But this is beautiful. How this Ohio has this much health.
He's so far back, nobody's going to shoot him.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
but able to land shots that hurt. And there goes the Des Moines.
That's Angel Stone. That's just what he does. And then, of course, the Ohio's got the scout plane, too. So when it's needed, the scout plane goes up and he shoots things at super, super long range.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Announcer telling us battle ends at 5 minutes, but you're wrong, sir. It's going to end much quicker than 5 minutes.
And they've got the Petro locked. The Gearing's by himself. The Des Moines is being farmed by 5.
Yeah. Again, when you're this low, you just hit W. Try to make something happen. Instead, for amazing sitting there, just allowing himself to get shot at. Look how low that Hargumo is. Under 3,000 hit points. Zill.
All the DDs minus the Gearing.
Yeah. Zill tried to make something happen, failed, and is at 1,000 hit points, just scraping by. So he's out of this game. I feel like we need Gearings. We need torpedoes from Gearings, you know?
If not that, I like this Gumo smoke. And look what won the game.
Yeah.
Smoke Gearing Des Moines on one side, smoke Gumo Des Moines on the other side. Ooh.
There's the kill. Now, that's a good point by chat. Shaft still had the cap lead. They were ticking up points until, well, just now. And even more just now. So here's the thing. You have map control, but then that's very dependent on your ships actually living. Zill giving up in the Ragnar. They want to move on to the next game. He stopped. He's shooting their C. So GG's coming through from Shaft. Penta wins game 1 of our international finals.
And only losing one ship in the process.
Very impressive work by Penta.
Yeah, well played to them. Surprised that they basically got beat by their own kind of super flexible strategy. Penta deployed it better. Our next map is going to be north.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 of North American Grand Finals, joined by Game Prodigy. This is Lord Zath bringing you Shaft versus Penta. And in this game, Shaft absolutely, well, technically they don't need to win this game, but they kind of do want to because they're down by 1. This is a best of 5. Shaft is bringing a Kremlin and a very questionable Vermont, Des Moines, Salem, Petropavlovsk, Ragnar, Gearing, Kleber, and a second Ragnar. What do we have for Penta, Game Prodigy?
Everything that the Shaft team has brought, except the Daring is swapped with the Kleber. Terrifyingly, toe-tappingly similar comps, which means similar deployments. It is it's going to be, they're pointing it out right now.
Yep.
It is going to be a who can do. It's a fair fight. We'll put it that way. Let's see where they put. I'm be shocked if they don't put them in the same places.
I will actually want me to turn my volume up a little bit. Sure. There you go. It's interesting that now all of a sudden you're a little bit louder because we've been doing this for what, 4 hours now?
Yeah.
So, hey.
I shouldn't be getting louder. I'm not getting more excited.
Maybe you are lagging behind me in the alcohol department. That could be possible in the dirty water.
I mean, we went heavy after that last game. I had nothing else to do.
For reasons.
But yeah, we are seeing Penta bringing 2.5 to A. Des Moines, Vermont. Des Moines, Vermont also going on the side of Shaft at A. The only big difference here is where the Daring and Kleber are at. So literally everything else is the same. Slight advantage to Shaft, though, at A, unless this Daring somehow manages to cap B.
Yeah, he stopped exactly where he's at. Obviously, I'm sure he knows that as soon as he gets in, there's going to be a radar Looks like the Daring and the Ragnar, though, are trying to suss out if there's going to be a shaft destroyer that goes into B cap. There will not be, so hey, they'll just kind of sit there for a while.
The Salems are most likely going on the 9-10 line.
Ragnar slap fight going on at A with a Kleber to support.
And this is where Shaft can win this game. Ragnar not going to shoot, though, on the side of Shaft. And so it's just Kleber. And now Des Moines, Vermont going to join the fun. And the Des Moines, Vermont, the Vermont of Shaft is way further east than Penta's.
Mm-hmm.
But the Ragnar he took some damage.
Yeah.
Clever still being spotted out by the gearing. Smoking up the Ragnar.
So
the Ragnar of Shaft is capping A while this is happening.
Exactly what I was going to say. With all this going on, Shaft is going to come up with that early cap. And look at the Charlie cap. Shaft is also backing their Ragnar into Charlie, which is possibly huge, assuming that the Penta Ragnar isn't able to radar. Even if he does, I don't know what Penta has to really support over there.
Yeah,
So-
just maybe. The Petro at B could shoot.
Yeah,
He's got the angle. But
yes.
Right now, similar comps. The two Ragnars taking the bulk of the damage. Fight at C. They are going to be able to stop him from
Big hit
capping
there.
it. And there it was.
That's a Petro shot.
And the other Petro is not going to be able to help him here. So
Blood
the
Legend.
Ragnar needs to not continue this fight.
Something tells me he's going to.
No.
Well,
But he's going to take some damage for this.
Sure. He absolutely wants to get the B cap. I'm sure he feels he needs to. And once the radar's down, it should be down by now.
We'll take a look at the Ragnar of Shaft moving from A into B.
Mm-hmm.
It will create a situation where this Daring's going to be in trouble. The Ragnar of Penta also heading in that direction.
Uh-huh.
This is something. Deepwater or straight line, conga line torps going on an unhydroed Petro. He has to know he's under threat. And those may kill him.
Yeah, that's going to be bad. 3, it won't kill him, but that's going to hurt for sure. And then on top of that, there's follow-up.
Yeah, he's dead.
Did he DCP?
Oh.
He didn't DCP. Okay.
Now Daring opens up, Ragnar opens up. This will allow the Ragnar to get shots at him. Vermont taking shots here.
Shaft.
They all had their guns ready for this.
All
They're
right.
like, watch what's about to happen
His
here.
heel is out. That means Russian is going to be the first blood. This is 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the battle. Feels like a ranked match.
Watching this, I'm wondering how in the hell Penta lost. Okay, Ragnar down to 7K. How the hell they lost 2? Did they put in their GPB squad for those first couple games to give them rewards?
It's very possible that they wanted to just see what the enemy could do, and
I guess. I mean, their GPB squad is still better than the GPS tier plus play.
playing with their food. I don't know.
Yeah, that's this has been impressive here. The Ragnar is the only low ship on the side of Penta, and has an equally damaged Ragnar from the exchange at sea, where Blood Legend did get in on the action, and it's all just about creating these situations, and that's going to force the Salem of Shaft to be a little more pushy on the 9-10 line.
That's right.
And they've got Penta has the Ragnar to spot.
Easier group stage, Midi. I don't know. That just feels weird. Either way, clearly they were defeated a couple of times, but we'll have to see.
By EU teams. Pardon me for burping in the mic. That was rude of me.
So, I mean, here's the thing. They're defeated by EU teams. They're playing against EU teams. So does that mean that, does that mean that Penta already knows what they're up against?
I don't know. The comps of this are terrifyingly too similar for my liking. And now we got a Salem slap fight with the Kremlin moving in to pursue.
So,
but they've got the extra Ragnar.
when comps are this close, it really comes down to proper execution of those ships. And I think we're kind of seeing that here, right? Like,
watch this Vermont. He's about to get domed.
I'm watching.
He's broadside to the opposing Vermont. Why are we not taking shots here? The other Vermont's not in the picture, and I think he's had enough time now to be able to turn.
Yeah, I think they caught him mid-turret swap. So he's already changing. It's just bad timing for him.
And now we're seeing Ragnar Kleber working on this Petro, who's got hydro radar. Kleber is pushing forward through the gap. The Ragnar Daring are moving to support. And here we go. Daring getting in on the action. Radared out by the Ragnar.
Yep.
Kleber is going to be able to have shots on him. But the Ragnar from A is able to fire over the mountains at Zilt. And look at this. That's going to force this Kleber out.
It does. And Possum is going to be forced south. Now, here's the question. Does he go for the Petro right off the bat, or does he sit and wait? Petro's hydro is up.
And if he sits and waits, the Ragnar's coming across from the sea cap. He dies.
So Possum is saying, to hell with this. Look at him. He's going full speed. Full speed right now into Blood Legend.
You can do it. You can do it.
You can do it all night long. As Stressed Possum takes a shell early from Blood Legend. That might have been a mistake for Blood. Blood now gets the kill, but he takes a ton of damage. He still survives.
Follow-up shots from the Salem. Salem should be able to kill him.
They're missing.
Well, he took one. The Salem hit him with one, but the Kremlin is presently marching down on the Salem on the 10 line.
So that kind of feels bad a little bit.
If he can heal that back, it's going to be devastating. Meanwhile, the Des Moines of Formazing is not having a fun time.
No. I'm kind of surprised. It feels like...
Why are they not showing this Salem? Yeah, there it is.
Like they haven't been able to get that whole Death Snail thing working properly.
Well, the Kremlin's going to proximity spot the Salem, and this Petro that they didn't kill is about to dome him. Like, they'll ring around this island, and the moment the Salem is broadside, you're about to see he's just waiting.
Yeah, Blood Legend is getting ready for that shot. I'm sure it's coming momentarily. Here it is. Kamikaze is now broadsiding him.
Oh, God. It's beautiful.
It's a nice shot, but RNG says no. As it looks like we might see
we trade Kremlins.
Yeah.
And so now this Salem has to beat the opposing Salem while the Ragnar's capping C.
Yep.
Okay. Well, at least that was a trade not going in the direction of Shaft.
Honestly, it's a trade that at this point in the game isn't beneficial to either team.
Yeah. Well, at least you take fuller HP Kremlin off the table from deleting your Salem.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
And the fact that this Petro lived, who's now going to be shot at by the Ragnar, and the opposing Ragnar is going to be able to come after him, you got to kill this Petro. You got to kill this Petro. He raiders him out. Look at the Salem. They're about to ram. We're missing it.
They rammed. Okay.
Surprise.
Feels bad.
So they're down a ship. They're down a cap. Oh, yeah.
Shaft is down 2 ships at this point.
And they're about to be down a third because this Ragnar is in a 2v1 Daring Ragnar with no support.
Yeah.
The other Ragnar is getting some shells out, but they're going at the Daring. He's doing a good job maintaining health. Vermont shots over the island.
Missed.
Are going to miss.
Yeah.
And
I don't... Oh, but...
here comes the other Ragnar getting in on the equation.
Yep.
We forgot about him.
We did. Zell's gone. There it is. Surgical. As Penta is going to win game 2 at this point. I don't see any way for Shaft to get back into this game.
gearing, luck torping both the gearing and Des Moines of Penta, and the Vermont disconnecting.
Okay, let's hope.
But there goes the other Ragnar. Both of them die in the exchange. The choke is on. It's looking like it's going to be a 3-0. And I'm saying that in game 2. Because just
morale-wise,
surgical.
It's very difficult if you are Shaft to see this happening to you. Look at that. Even their gearing just took a torpedo. It's really hard to see all of this happening and say, all right, guys, we lost 2. Let's come back and win this. Let's reverse sweep.
Let's reverse sweep them.
God, that's really hard. So I'm with you. I'd love to see Shaft winning at least 1, if not 2 games. 2 games would be fantastic because that would ruin Prague's dinner plans. But aside from that, they're shooting.
Vermont has all this.
Nope, they're giving up.
HP.
They're giving up. They're shooting the sea.
Yeah.
Formation's just shooting the water.
This is a defeated team. And so to save you the punishment of having to watch just people giving up, I will put the winner screen up early. we know that is what is about to happen.
We're going to watch till the bitter end because that's just what we do here.
I will save you. There it is. It just didn't take him very long.
All right, you saved him like 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was painful to watch.
Painful to watch.
2 ships down to ram.
I would start battle, but I'm not going to. All right.
I keep trying to click it.
Ladies
it's driving me crazy.
And gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, this is Lord Zath with Game Prodigy, bringing you what very well could be the final match of International King of the Sea 14. Shaft has lost 2 games in a row. Penta only needs to win this battle, and they are International Kings of the Sea. The Prague office can go have dinner. I can go do replay analysis. Game Prodigy can go to sleep. So
break leaves. But I'm going to try a caster's challenge. I'm going to treat this as though it's the most exciting game ever. And
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Best casting you will ever get from me at this point in the tournament.
Shaft is bringing Schlieffen, Kremlin, double Des Moines, Petropavlovsk, double gearing, Daring, and Marceau. They are trying to win this. I have a feeling about this comp. What do we got for Penta?
In the most incredible turn of events for Penta, they've brought a Prussian, Kremlin, double Des Moines, Napoli, Daring, Marceau, Gumo Ragnar. It's bold. It's daring. They're sending the bulk of their team in the direction of the A to B cap. We're seeing a Ragnar, Napoli, Prussian heading towards C. Who could have seen it coming? I couldn't for sure. Anything can happen. Lord Zath, can you believe the palpable level of excitement that everyone can feel in the chat? Hashtag buttcrack is just emanating throughout the chat. Here we go.
No. I'll tell you what. Here's a great... Midi says, yeah, GP, it's like screening the Super Bowl in the UK. It sucks, don't it?
Hey, it's like being a Cleveland Browns fan. There's always a chance. There's always a chance, and we are seeing...
There's brown everywhere.
Shaft, yeah. We've got Marceau going towards C. On Shaft's side, there is nothing besides the Ragnar that can radar him out if he does make the commitment. We're seeing Daring and Gearing. First time we're seeing a smoke DD and a low DTAC DD going to A.
So the problem with that Marceau is that island north of sea encourages you to go behind the island, and Marceau does exactly that. As Midi says, go EU, yes. Penta is ironically going to be able to put their Marceau in first to that A cap against a Daring and a Gearing. I guess the bigger question is, with Penta putting the bulk of their forces on the A-B side, will Shaft be able to detect that and react accordingly? These islands at Shatter are very easy to block shells, I guess, from cross shots, especially that Penta Des Moines.
That's right, Zeth, and we've got the Daring and the Des Moines heading in. Smoke to be the only big difference we're seeing on the side of Shaft and Penta is the locations of the destroyers. The Des Moines is going to be able to get into a great position in B. The question now that's on everyone's mind is, will the Daring be Daring? Will he go into B? The Prussian and Schlieffen are mirror matching each other. Petropavlov.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
He's bootying in for sure. For sure. And that's a non-secondary build Prussian.
Why would you build it for secondaries? I mean, that's the strength of that ship, isn't it?
Concealment, fire protection, shorter DCP. It's
weird. Very weird.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's a bold strategical choice that we can only see at the highest level of international play.
Only the highest level.
Conga line torps. I do want to point something out, though.
Yes.
We see Gutenlu on this map. We've seen all sorts of crazy stuff. We're looking at the two top teams per a very, very long sorting out process. Note, there's no gold mine.
Nope.
Note,
no Worcester.
The only way the DD goes in to B is with the protection of the Des Moines. And we do see Gearing smokes Des Moines on both sides. Now take a look at Penta. They've got Gumo, Des Moines, Gearing. Wait, no, I can't tell what the third DD is. The second DD is on the one line. But there it is. It's the Marceau. And they're actually smoking the Marceau.
Elusive asking me for a shirt update. And Midi pointing out that there is no Delny on either side. That immediately makes this match
Delny
10 times better.
But we are seeing it's 2 caps to 1. The Daring now getting into A. So that's going to be able to flip over. It's 396 to 312. Shots out on the Napoli. Ragnar taking early damage. They have control of B. And it doesn't look like Shaft has any plans or intentions, at least in the short term. Look at all the torpedoes coming into the one line.
It's a shame that Kamikazes has Hydro going. However, these
I can hit these torps. Yeah.
He's going to hit one. Takes one on the tip there.
Okay, fair.
Could be worse. Could be better. Kaba is still being repaired from earlier. True.
And now we've got the Marceau of Shaft moving from C. They have control of it. Gearing moving up forward with the Des Moines.
I got to say,
in an aggressive posture.
People are asking what's going to happen if Shaft wins. They're worried that you're going to be upset. You know what? I'll tell you. If Shaft wins, I think I might just need a little bit of a kick from an energy drink. I do have some of World of Warships Strike Force energy drink available to me. I might just have to
please calm down. Your level of excitement is bringing me to the cusp of a heart attack.
The cusp of heart attack.
Here we go. We do have the Daring and Gearing working on this Gumo, but that means counter Hydro coming from the Des Moines. And the Gearing is going to be punished severely for this, down to 10K.
I like
Marceau
this.
contemplating B.
I like
they
this
have 2 caps.
punishment, although...
We'll take a look at the Daring of
the
Penta.
wrong team.
Take a look. Oh, yeah, that's a dead Gearing.
He's going right to A, and he's going to face spot the Shaft Daring.
Torps out. Blind shots coming. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're not a boba, so they can't hit them routinely.
Oof.
And here we go. The Daring is going to be spotted out now. It's Daring on Daring slap fight.
Daring action.
And the Daring of Shaft is taking a little bit more of it. Look at this. Des Moines from 12 away shooting
making Inky now. I think he's outside of radar range. He is. So he needs to start moving forward.
Violent.
He's got to start moving. He's moving.
You can do it. Do it.
DCP is down for another 15 seconds. He should be able to come away with his ship, assuming nobody else hits him.
But man, that focus fire was the stuff of legend, and now it's onto the
Flow
Gearing.
420.
Radared again.
He is hitting the brakes. The shells will fly right by.
I believe in miracles.
I believe in miracles too.
These shells are actually looking not threatening.
Pretty sad.
He's going to be able to get away, but we've got a Kremlin Des Moines push coming down the one line. Who would have seen it coming?
Seen that coming? Absolutely.
And the Kremlin of Penta, meanwhile, sneaking up, and the 4 line will have beautiful broadside shots here.
Well, so
if he can clear this island.
Vert is giving Kamikazes some extra armor on his side there. You can see how Kamikaze is just staying very close. Now, they do not have Hydro running, which means these torpedoes will be a bit of a surprise. Will force these two players to drift sideways a little bit.
Surprise!
Vert takes 1 torpedo, but he could be coming off much worse for wear. Shaft realizing the only way back in this is making a ridiculous play that has a 0.53 repeating, of course, percent chance of winning.
0.35, you've heard it first here, and here comes the Marceau. He's going for the dive. He's hydroed out the Kremlin and the Des Moines.
He's going for it.
There's torps from the Gumo. This is going to happen.
For it.
It's made or bait here. It's 3K.
And we might see a ram, actually. We're going to see a ram. Des Moines rams the No, does not ram the Marceau. Dies to the Marceau torpedoes. Vert takes the torpedoes.
The Kremlin.
Not yet. Helicopter's going to turn around.
The Kremlin.
He's going to lazily drop his other torpedoes, and there goes Vert. That's going to be it. Penta is, I don't know how Shaft is going to come back from this.
Who could have seen it coming? Anyone.
Anybody.
Anyone could have seen it coming.
Anybody.
And now the gearing's
Especially
low. Smoke firing with the daring.
Especially people who watch EU King of the Sea could have seen this coming.
Yeah, they have. If anyone wants to make some type of argument to the contrary, they have B, they have C.
I mean, let's put it this way. I just heard the sound that the training room has closed, which means that 5 minutes from now, the game is over. Silence. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to watch Penta. More games. Shoot. This is the final. Decider, this is EU final. At least.
And there goes the gearing.
At least North America finals are more entertaining. I'm going to put it that way.
I tried to make it entertaining.
Filled with drama.
You pulled the rug out from under me expertly.
Thank you. I do what I can.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll tell you what.
That's the same kind of person who hands out raisins for Halloween.
Because they're healthier. Yes. Here's the thing. GP.
Sorry.
GP. Tell you what. This is your final moments in King of the Sea. I want you to have this moment. So please continue. Tell us how this game ends, sir.
Poorly. In one decisive word, poorly.
Poorly.
That's what I can come up with. But yeah, that's all I got. It's disappointing on many levels. I will say that. But EU does continue their dominance. For the record, I would like to point out that this was not a EU massacre, because people will forget that. And come next KOTS, they did end up fielding 3 into the final 4, but got the opportunity to bring 5. Mm-hmm. So based on the statistics of that, that's still pretty damn impressive.
Sure. Absolutely.
And this is just a slaughter at this point. So Zaf has pre-called it by telling us in advance that this was going to happen.
Sorry.
The non-secondary Prussian survives MVP of this match. Above all else, I have to give to whom?
I don't know. I mean, there's a few players on Team Shaft that seem to be playing, I think they're going to save their star here.
Well, I'm saying not just of this game.
Oh.
Of the series. Although raisins are probably better than handing out little bottles of essence of butt crack. Well played. Why did I read that out loud? Why did I read that out loud? And that's the closing statement I am going to have here.
Cool. So your closing statement is having
there
to do
goes
with
the
your
Marceau.
butt crack. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's how GP rolls. So, Zach.
Yeah.
MVP of the series. Lord.
Congo line torps on the Shilfin.
Crazy. I'm going to give it to Angelstone.
Really? Why Angel?
Yeah. Placed in a tough position, being the only battleship. Maintained health. Took decisive shots. Was involved in almost every when the games turned was critically involved in every one of those.
Yeah.
So, great smoke destroyer cruiser play, great find, whatever, and there it is.
There it is.
Ruined by Lord Zath.
You're welcome.
4.5 minutes in advance. You Grinch.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna raid Lord Zath accidentally now. Be like, reasons. I'm just kidding. But there you have it. King of the Seas is going to be Penta in a decisive manner. I do get to watch the F1 race. That does please me. However,
Very
closing thoughts, my
decisive.
friend.
Very decisive.